University of Arkansas political science professor Andrew Dowdle says debates don't really sway voters one way or another, but they do make the tens of millions of viewers who watch more educated on the candidates' views.
What typically ends up happening in most cases is that you end up having people who end up coming away kind of confirming their own opinions, that you'll have people who are leaning that end up becoming a little bit more solid in terms of their convictions about candidates.
Dowdle says about 70 to 85 million Americans watch the first presidential debates in an election year. He says about 90% of voters have a pretty good idea of who they're going to vote for before the debates, and the other 10% that are undecided are less likely to watch them.
That may seem strange, but if you think about this like a football game, it's kind of like the Super Bowl. You will have some people that turn in that are undecided, but that number is pretty small.
President Trump did win the state of Arkansas's electoral votes in 2016, and Republican Mitt Romney won the state in 2012. Dowdle says this year's presidential debates aren't likely to flip Arkansas blue, but they could impact a few races in the state.
Even if President Trump doesn't do quite as well as he did in 2016, that's probably not going to have a lot of impact on Senate races. However, you do have a couple of congressional races, including one in Little Rock that may be closer. And so looking at that, there may be some possibility of some impact there.
Dowdle encourages all voters to watch the debates because both candidates have different visions for the future that could have impacts for longer than just the next 4 years.
This is not going to end up being an election where you have two candidates who are going to be doing similar things if they were elected, and they're going to be very small differences.
If you did miss tonight's debate, there are still two more between President Trump and Joe Biden that you can watch in October. Reporting live in Rogers, Emma Claybrook, 4029 News.